What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Victoria Gabrielle. This is a space where real talk meets lifestyle. I upload sit-down videos and lifestyle vlogs, all centered around mindset. So welcome back. If you've seen the title, if you've seen the thumbnail, then you already know what we're about to get into. In today's video, we're going to be talking about designed for destiny. So fair warning, this video is going to be a little heavy, and I'm going to reveal something and tell a story about myself that not a lot of people know about. But I mustered up the courage to tell you guys this story, as it is the inspiration behind today's video of being designed for destiny. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. I was inspired to create this Design for Destiny video because of a particular story that is a part of my life. And I was reminded of that story 2 weeks ago, as it was the 14th anniversary of the event that happened February 26, 2007. When I was 11 years old, my life changed forever. When I was 11 years old, I was sick with the flu. I had been out of school for about 3 weeks already, and while my mom and my sister went to work and went to school, I stayed at my grandparents' house. My mom comes pick me up from my grandparents' house after picking up my sister from school. She was like, let's go run some errands before we go home. I was really hesitant. I was initially hesitant at first because I'm sick. I feel miserable. Like, the flu is just like really kicking my butt at this point. We are on our way to the grocery store and to put some air in my mom's tires. As we're riding along, my mom and my sister are laughing and talking while I'm just slumped in the back seat with my head on the back seat, just like wishing we could just go home already. Something just told me to rise up from the back seat and lean into the front seat and join my mom and my sister as they were talking and laughing. And as I leaned forward, our lives changed forever. Before my mom could come to a complete stop at a red light, we heard the loudest boom. And we initially thought that someone had just ran into the back of us, but we heard another boom. And then it was like boom, 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 boom. That's when my mom was like, they are shooting. When I tell you, my whole body went numb. It was like everything went into slow motion and I was in a daze. I could hear my sister mouthing, "Vicky, get down, get down, get down." But I could not hear her. It wasn't until that one boom caused the back windshield to collapse over me. There were bullets coming from the front and there were bullets coming from the back. And it was at that point my mom realized that we had been caught in crossfire. Everything happened so fast, y'all, that we forgot that we were at a stoplight. So all of this happened within a matter of seconds. So when my mom realized that we were caught in crossfire, she ran the light, turned the car on 2 wheels. At this point, we were screaming. We are crying in disbelief of what just happened. We went from my mom and sister talking in the front seat to me leaning up to join them to us being in the middle of a shootout. So we are still in disbelief of what has just happened, and my mom is hysterical. My sister is hysterical. My adrenaline is running as my mom is racing down the street trying to find help somewhere, somehow. I feel this sting in my left shoulder. I feel this piercing, burning sensation, like something was burning, like my skin was burning. I grabbed my left shoulder in pain. And as I draw back my hand, I see my blood. I put 2 and 2 together and I just yelled, "Mom, I've been shot." She was like, "What?" I was like, "Mom, get me to the hospital right now." I was like, "I've been shot." I was like, "I have blood on my hands. My arm is stinging. Mom, I'm shot. I'm shot. I'm shot." So by the grace of God, there was a fire station. My mom rolled into the fire station, and my sister is the first person to get out the car. And as she opens the back seat, she sees her little sister covered in blood. And she faints. My sister fainted at the sight of my blood. Because the moment that I realized I'd been shot, my whole left shoulder, my whole left arm was soaked. As my sister fainted, I remember this big, burly man coming to delicately lift me up from the back seat that was riddled with bullets. He lifted me up, carried me, and put me into this cold metal fold-up chair. While my mom and other firefighters are trying to reel my sister back into the fire station before they locked down, I remember this female firefighter. She attended to my wounds. Keep in mind that it is February. I have on my winter coat, I have on a sweater, I have on 3 layers under that because I'm sick with the flu. She could see that there were 2 bullet holes, one in the front and one in the back. So she assumed that the bullet went straight through, but couldn't tell for sure if I had been shot twice. So as she removes my winter coat from my left arm, we find my entire forearm cut open. I did not know that skin could get that deep. I had never seen my skin cut down so many layers, but there it was. The impact of the back window collapsing over me was so powerful that the glass cut through all of my layers of clothing and cut my inner forearm. So I had this huge hole, if you will. I had this huge hole in my forearm. At this point, I know that I'm shot. I know that I have a hole in my shoulder. But seeing my forearm cut open and exposed as it was, I straight up asked the fire lady, am I about to die? Am I about to die? If so, tell me. I see my entire left side at this point is just oozing in blood. And just for me to see my forearm exposed as it was, I was like, Victoria, this is it. But she reassured me that I was not going to die. And at this point, the ambulance, they arrive. They whisk me away to the hospital, and it felt like the longest 15 minutes of my life. The guy in the back of the ambulance, he was trying to keep me calm. He was trying to keep me relaxed. So he started asking me about basketball and wrestling because I had told him that I was a big John Cena fan at the time. We get to the hospital. I remember the nurses immediately cutting up my layers. They immediately cut up my clothes and put me in hospital garment. They placed me on a CAT scan bed where they took a CAT scan to see how much damage was done to my left shoulder. And as they are putting me under that little hood, I couldn't help but to just sit there and reflect. How did I get here? How did I get here? I went from being extremely sick while at my grandparents' house, picked up by my mom to go run errands, laughing and talking, to being shot, to now being under a CAT scan to see how much damage has been done to my left shoulder. Luckily, the bullet that came through my arm did not do as much damage that required surgery. As the nurse is bandaging up my wounds, cleaning up my forearm, and wrapping it up, I could hear a detective outside talking to my parents. And I'll never forget these words. He said, I'm not sure if you guys are a praying family or if someone was praying for you. Because he said, that there was no reason that Victoria should not have been shot in her head. Because after investigating my mom's car and investigating the crime scene, they found 3 vertical bullets in the front windshield. He said either one of those bullets should have hit her in her head. If those 3 bullets were not going to do it, he said it should have been the bullet that went through the trunk, went through the back seat, and launched into the back of my mom's seat and stopped. But he said at the nick of time, she had raised her head from the back seat. He said those seconds were critical. However, that same bullet that came through the trunk, through the back seat, went through my left shoulder instead. And the last thing the detective told my parents was that it should have been a lot worse. Till this day, those words ring in my mind. It should have been a lot worse, but it wasn't, because it was not my time to go at the innocent age of 11. And here I am, 14 years later. Why? Because I am designed for destiny. So, as you guys can see, I've had to come to terms at a very young age that I was designed to do something bigger. I wasn't sure what it was, but throughout my life and throughout my years, I have allowed my curiosity to guide me. I've always allowed my work ethic to guide me to where I needed to be and what was destined for me to do. From 11 years old to 25 years old, I've accomplished so many great things throughout those 14 years. I graduated valedictorian of my high school class. I've had the privilege to speak across the country at different conferences and at different events. I've had the privilege to mentor some of the brightest people I know. I've had, again, the pleasure of serving in leadership positions across the spectrum. And throughout these 14 years, I have accomplished being a first-generation college graduate. And I'm also the first in my entire family to attend and graduate from an Ivy League institution. At the age of 11, again, I had to come to terms that I was meant to be here. God did not take me out at the age of 11 because I still had work to do. I've allowed my passion and what I'm most excited about guide me into what is my destiny. Now, at the age of 25, I am certain, I am sure that my mission and my purpose is centered around positively impacting and inspiring people all across the world. And starting my YouTube was just the first step. There's so much to unfold. There's so much to be done. But I'm starting right now. The things that I'm doing this video is what I'm meant to do. Inspire, positively impact people across the world. I understand the destiny that needs to be fulfilled, and only I can fulfill that particular destiny. Everyone has their own destiny. If you're watching this video right now, you have purpose. You have purpose. And if you don't think so, take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. What's that? That's breath in your body. If you are still breathing, if you still have warm blood circulating through your body, you have purpose. Some of the things that you've gone through, some of the things that you have grown through are only confirmation that you have purpose. With my story in mind, think about that one thing that should have killed you. Either physically, like in my case, either killed you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Think about that one thing that should have taken you out. And whatever it is, please understand that it did not take you out because you are designed for destiny. You are designed to do something bigger than the very thing that tried to take you out. It's powerful when the destiny outweighed death. You know some things about yourself when you know it should have taken you out, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but it didn't. Here you are watching this video with breath in your body, warm blood still pumping. That's all the confirmation that you need to know that you are designed for destiny. Please understand that you were intentionally created. You were created with an end in mind. That end in mind is your destiny. That end in mind is your purpose. So allow your curiosity, allow your passion, allow the support that you have around you guide you into what that destiny is. And once you figure it out, step into it. Step into it so confidently that you know what has your name on it, only you can do it. Step into your destiny so boldly, because what has your name on it, only you can do it like you can. No one can do your destiny like you can because it's yours. We are all designed for destiny. We are all designed to have some type of impact on this world. Because if we didn't, the very things that we have gone through should have taken us out when they did. If I did not have a bigger purpose on my life, I should have been gone 14 years ago. But no, there is something that needs to be done, that needs to be fulfilled by me and only me while I'm still on this earth. So I encourage you to understand that you are designed for destiny. You were intentionally created. You were created with an end in mind. And the fact that you are still here, there is something that still needs to be fulfilled, and only you can do it. And remember, you already have the power instilled within you to go for it, to lean into your destiny, to figure out what it is that needs to be fulfilled only by you before you leave this earth. Lean it in, align yourself, align your mission, your vision, align your time, align what you do around figuring out that destiny and making sure that it comes into fruition. Hone in on what it is that you need to do and live life intentionally. Live life like you were created with an end in mind, because that's what it is. Live boldly, step into your destiny, because you are designed that way. So follow suit and live life like you are designed for destiny. When I started my YouTube channel, I knew at some point I was going to have to tell this story. But it wasn't until, again, I was reminded on February 26th that it was my 14-year anniversary. But y'all, check this out. The crazy thing is that a few days before February 26th, I was asked to do the Alumni Spotlight for my high school newsletter. I did the interview. I talked a lot about my time at Penn. I plugged in my YouTube channel. I talked about early corporate retirement and how I was going to do it. And then overall, I just gave some words of advice to the current high school students at my high school. So I did the interview, didn't think anything else of it. Y'all, the interview was published on February 26th, 2021. So it was published on the 14th anniversary of me being a gun violence survivor. And I was like, there's my confirmation right there. There's the alignment. There's the alignment right there that it is time for me to do this video. And hopefully with my story, you guys are inspired, that you take something away from this, that you are positively impacted. And not just impacted for yourself, but you are even motivated to share this with other people. So I encourage you, and I hope to inspire you to do the same thing. Know that you are designed for destiny. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. And I feel a huge relief, to be honest, now that I have told this story and I've shared this story to you guys and to the world. Only great things are up from here, guys. I can feel it, I know it, and I'm about to do it. And then lastly, I'll leave the link to my interview down in the description box. But I'll also link the original news story of me being shot at the age of 11 and see for yourself the 14-year difference. Going from being shot at 11 to now 25 years old, walking in my destiny. And that's all I have for this video. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you turn on your bell so you are in the loop every time I post. But until then, I hope you guys are safe, I hope you guys are well, and I'll see you guys in my next video.